despair. 1 year away.
Stand up as you swing, which has follow up furious slam and your...
That looks so fucking good. I mean, it just looks amazing. Like, I don't know what to do. Okay, it is time. What? Ah, but this bear looks so good. I don't know what that little...
Hi, I'm Jonathan Rogers, one of the game directors on Path of Exile 2.
Yeah, we know you.
In Path of Exile 2, you can pick from one of 12 character classes. Each character has a combination of primary attributes that they focus on.
Yeah.
Today, we'd like to show off a character who specializes in strength and intelligence, the Druid. In human form, the Druid is a spellcaster who channels the fury of nature on the battlefield, a walking natural disaster. But get up close and you'll find out why the Druid also focuses on strength. You can transform yourself into one of several wild beasts. Today, we want to show off the bear form.
Okay, but how many?
Transformation in PoE 2 happens automatically when you use a bear
attack. Oh my
use bear
god.
more and your character will transform into a bear, into a meaty swing. Use a spell and your character transforms back into a human and cuss it. Hitting enemies with the bear's maul attack will build up rage, which increases your attack damage, so your bear gets stronger with every attack. You can see the glowing runes that indicate rage on your back.
Okay, but they're also on the human form.
Have a lot of weak enemies to take out? This is where you probably want to break out your rampage. Let out a roar and stampede over all enemies in your path, slamming the ground with your paws. The initial roar generates rage, and then the rage is consumed as you charge along. You can use rampage by itself to travel a short distance, or do some mauling first to build up some rage and travel a significant distance.
Okay. Dude, I wonder how many things are gonna be like used in PoE 2. Like, are there just gonna be like one button builds like in PoE 1, or is it gonna be completely different? I mean, I've seen some other stuff, but like I haven't seen that much. And of course, we haven't seen the late game yet, so we don't know. But it looks promising. It looks so promising.
Now, while the bear is big and strong, this isn't a pure strength class. You don't have as much armor as a warrior would have. In order to protect itself from larger packs, you might want to consider a skill like Furious Slam. This skill is all about stunning rather than damage, so it's quite useful if you're mobbed by smaller monsters and just need to get out of there. Of course, like any PoE 2 character, you can always use a dodge roll to get out of danger, since the bear is the slowest of the druid's forms. Making sure the dodge feels reliable and can get you out of any situation is paramount. When you dodge an animal form, your character instantly transforms back with no time penalty, so that you can get out of the way.
See a little meter out there when they're getting stunned, like in
halfway through. Of course, doing this will mean you pay the slight time cost of having to transform back again, but it's certainly a lot better than dying. Something interesting about the skill is that it's faster to use if you're already standing up. If you're on all fours when you use Furious Slam, then the bear has to stand up first before slamming back down. But use Maul first and the bear will stand up as you swing, which has no time penalty. Then follow up with Furious Slam and your bear will quickly slam down.
Nah, but these devs are so sick, man. Like, it's so fucking crazy. Like, really. Dude, that bear is so fucking glowy. Oh, fuck. Does he? Where do you see the rage?
Ferocious Roar is a bear meta skill. It allows you to take any Warcry skill that another class like the Warrior might use and allow you to use it as a bear. I'm going to take the Seismic Cry gem and socket it into Ferocious Roar. You can actually socket more than one Warcry and use them all together, but let's just stick to one for now.
Yeah, whatever you say, bro.
Seismic Cry pushes enemies back and has some stun chance. But the reason we want to use it is for a mechanic called Exerted Attacks. If there are any heavily stunned enemies in range of the Warcry, then your next slam skill will be powered to do double the number of slams. First, I use Furious Slam to stun these enemies. Next, I follow up with Seismic Cry and get the Exerted Attack. And then I slam again. See how 2 slams triggered?
I did. Dude, look at the ground effects, man. It's so fucking clean, bro. Like, look at that shit. I wonder, does it vanish over time or does it stay? Right.
So, that's all well and good, but how about we try that again
it does
using
vanish,
Rampage?
I think.
First, get a bit of range.
I'm not sure.
Slam to stun the enemies, Seismic Cry to get the exert, and then Rampage around to do insane amounts of damage.
Kadoosh! Holy
So
fuck!
we've covered some of the bear side of the druid, but how is he as a spellcaster? Now, of course, we want to maximize the amount of time you spend in your animal forms, so most of the spells targeted at the druid tend to be things that last a long time or provide tactical options on the battlefield. The first and probably simplest of these is Lightning Storm.
Yeah.
Cast it on the ground and you get an area where monsters are continuously struck by bolts of lightning. The bolts don't do much damage, but they shock monsters, which is a debuff that increases all damage on them, meaning it's a great spell to use before going in as a bear.
Yeah, but like, how big is it though?
That's going to increase your damage, but as I mentioned before, the bear form of the druid could use some defenses as well. The bear in particular is the slowest attacking of the druid's forms. He hits hard, but if he gets swarmed too much, it will result in your death. That's why Tornado is so useful. Tornado sucks monsters in, allowing you to split up packs and deal with groups separately.
Okay.
Or pin monsters in place and set up combos with your other skills.
Sick.
The Tornado doesn't really move big monsters much, so you can actually use it to separate a boss from its minions too. The Druid also has the ability to summon animal companions. This is another really useful defense because wolves can take aggro from you, keeping monsters away.
Okay.
In addition, the wolves howl as they are summoned, putting a temporary debuff on enemies that makes them more vulnerable to critical strikes, and giving you a reason to resummon them in combat. The last druid spell we're going to talk about today is Volcano. You can cast it quickly like this and it will spawn just a few projectiles. Or you can hold down the button to channel it for longer, which will make it fire a whole bunch of projectiles when it spawns, doing a lot more damage.
Okay, so that's
The
up
Volcano
from damage.
sticks around firing its little projectiles for a long time, so it's another good skill to cast before turning into a bear. Now, the reason you're going to want to turn into a bear after using Volcano is that any slam near the Volcano results in it spewing out even more projectiles.
What? Wait, so there's combos? Nah, but how sick is that?
And if you thought that was a lot, then Rampage is even better, because it does 2 slams every time it hits the ground. And you can run around the volcano.
Okay. Ah, that's chill. That's chill, no problem. Can I say one of the most impressive things thus far? I mean, I know I said it before, but like the ground. Oh my god. It's no longer like 2 pixels like in Rayclast. Holy shit. This looks like 10 times better than PoE 1.
Now, if you've been paying attention, you might have realized that this is going to be extra good with Seismic Cry, which we were using earlier to double the number of slams. So, first we're going to cast Volcano. Then Furious Slam till you stun something, Seismic Cry to get the double slams, then Rampage around while the Volcano spews out a stupid number of projectiles. This combo would have been even better if we'd remembered to cast our Lightning Storm first, but getting time for that seems tricky. It would also have been nice if the monsters were affected by the crit debuff that my wolves do when I first summon them. This is where some meta gems to automate some elements can come in handy. Here's a gem called Cast While Channeling. If we add Lightning Storm to the skill, we can cast it automatically while we channel a Volcano as we set up our combo.
Okay.
Cast While Channeling is an ongoing effect, so enabling the skill will cost us Spirit, which is a new resource in PoE 2 used specifically for these kinds of skills.
Yeah, I know this.
If you look at the top left of the screen as we channel, we can see the energy building up to cast the Lightning Storm. So long as we channel Volcano for long enough, the Lightning Storm will also be cast on the same targeted location.
But what does the percent actually mean? Like,
Currently,
will it
Cast While
stay
Channeling
for
is active in
longer,
reserving
or
Spirit in both our human and bear form.
will it only cast if you
This
get
means
to
that any channeling
100%?
skills we use as a bear technically will also cast the Lightning Storm. We can actually do this with Rampage right now, but it's not the best
that's
because we
fucking
would prefer
dumb.
to stack the Lightning Storm on top of our Volcano, rather than just casting it randomly as we're rampaging around. We're also unnecessarily reserving Spirit in our bear form we could be using for something else. So let's fix that.
Wait, so spirit is dependent.
I'm going to go into the
form.
skill options for the skill and disable it in my bear form. We showed at Exile Con how you could use skill options to control which weapon set to use when casting skills.
Wait, so does that mean like if you're playing a bear build and you have like some setup you need to do, you can then like make all your spirit shit in your human form and then have it up when you go into the bear, but then you have full spirit, then reserve auras spirit? I don't know, maybe. I mean, that would be cool, but
But you can also
how
use the same
applicable it is,
interface to
I
enable
do
or
not
disable
know.
which buffs you would like to have active in your different weapon sets too, without having to recast them all the time.
But this is so good.
Shapeshifting counts as a weapon set. Now when I change to a bear, the effect and the spirit reservation goes away, and when I change back to a human again, it's back automatically.
Okay.
So, now that we have some extra spirit available as a bear, why don't we make our life a little bit easier by automating
I
one
mean,
of our
that's
other
just
skills?
fucking great.
This is the cast on melee stun meta gem.
I mean, they're just
I'm going
thinking
to
about
put summon
everything.
wolf in cast
Like,
on melee
honestly.
stun, so that whenever I stun a sufficient number of enemies while I'm a bear, it will summon another wolf. This is
Okay.
great because usually when I'm stunning, it's because I'm about to do my exerted attack slam combo. When wolves come out, they howl, adding the crit debuff to the monsters, right when I need it.
Okay, but I see one big issue here. Because if it's like PoE 1, it's very easy to stun shit mobs. But it's not very easy to stun bosses and shit. Like, even some bosses has CC immunity. Like, you pretty much can't freeze them or you pretty much can't stun them. And then if you freeze them, you're already doing like so much damage, you're pretty much already one-shotting the boss anyway. So what do you need that freeze for? You don't. So I'm curious to see how they're actually going to do the stun system in this game. I mean, I know the other system where like they get like tickled down and like stand and watch. Like, I don't think that's the same thing as being stunned. I think that's poise, no? I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong.
It also helps keep my wolves alive and summoned at all times without me having to do it manually.
But like that auto attack into like stun is like top tier.
So, last but not
Wait, so
least,
that is
let's talk
stun.
about the skill tree.
Wait, now I'm confused.
At Exile Con, we showed how you could dual spec your character so that different weapons can use different passives. Well, as I said before, the bear form counts as another weapon set for specialization purposes, so he gets a tree too. If I open my
Okay.
passive tree, you can see how I'm near a melee damage cluster and a spell damage cluster. By
I
holding
mean, these
shift, I can
animations look
allocate
cool as
these
fuck,
passives
but I
in
don't
my
know what they
human
mean.
form, and these ones as a bear.
Now it will light
Now,
up.
when I change between
the middle
human and
of
bear form,
the
my
joke.
passives reallocate
Yeah,
automatically.
okay. So you took the big points. Okay.
So, here we are at the Blind Beast. The goblins have enslaved a huge behemoth and gouged out its eyes. Now they're sending it in to fight you while they watch.
What have they done to this creature?
It's so fucking ugly. It's actually crazy. Okay, so there we have the little poise meter. But does he get stunned? Wait, are we summoning bear? Oh, not bears, sorry. Are we summoning wolves? I mean, this looks sick. Hey, big damage. Okay, so it is a stun. Wait. I need to go back. Wait. It is a stun? Wait. Let's see. So it summoned a wolf when the poise meter went up, so that must be a stun then. But what about freeze? Big damage. Nah, he fucked it. Oh my god. Okay. He's full life. So weird seeing PoE without nameplates. Like the little health bar on top of your character. I mean, I assume it's in the game, but... mana.
Wow.
And there we have it. With a little bit of
Sick.
customization, we have a build that can
So
combine many different
fucking
active
sick.
skills to do some really interesting effects. At the same time, your skill tree reconfigures automatically at the right time, and your buffs reconfigure automatically as well. You can even cast certain skills automatically. But we also haven't lost the dynamics of combat. Many skills interact with each other, and the ones you choose to use at any different moment depend a lot on what enemies you face or what situation you're in right at this moment. And at just the right time, you might be able to combine all your skills in one crazy combo, get some satisfying screen covering spam, and do some crazy damage. Now, these are just some of the skills targeted at the Druid in PoE 2. We didn't even show you the wolf form yet. There's a lot more to play and experience,
What?
and we look forward to letting...
Wait.
We didn't even show you the wolf form yet.
Oh my god. A fucking bear roll. That's so fucking sick.
Covering spam, and do some crazy damage.
That's actually so fucking
Now,
sick.
these are just some of the skills targeted at the Druid in PoE 2. We didn't even show you the wolf form yet.
Ah, but look at that guy.
There's a lot more
my
to play
God.
and experience.
I'm
and we
only
look
gonna be
forward
a
to
bear in
letting you
time.
guys try it out when we go
That
into
is
beta on June 7th,
100% sure.
2024.